Hello again everyone and welcome back to Skyblock News. I'm your host Derailious and today we're going to be going over the Day 3 changes to the Backwater Bayou update that is currently on the Alpha network. Now apologies if this video is a little bit different, I'm currently not in state, so we're doing this on a bit of a weird setup with my laptop, but we're going to do the best we can. Before we begin, I just want to say, please make sure you like and subscribe down below, I really do appreciate it, and use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order, as it's the best way to support the channel. Without any further ado though, let's get started. So starting off here today, please note that many of the changes listed are not currently on the Alpha network at the time of reading. They basically are not fully done and some of them may in fact get cancelled. But without further ado, let's get started. They've added new sea creature token drops to their relevant fishing sacks. They've added Severed Pincer as a 0.1% drop from the Flaming Scuttler. They've increased the Ragnarok's Silver Magmafish drops from 12 to 32. They made sea creatures roll before treasure, so the order is sea creatures, then trophy fish, and then treasure. They've reduced the quantity of flames in Good Catch table from 2 to 4 to 1. Ragnarok is now a lot stronger, which makes sense, it was really easy beforehand. They've adjusted the drop chance of a lot of items. Notably, the blue ring has gone from 2.5% to 100%, Bird Text has gone from 0.2 to 1%, Chain of the End Times from 1 to 2.5, Troubled Bubble from 0.1 to 0.5, Tiki Mask from 0.2 to 0.33, and Titanoboa Shed from 0.1 to 0.2, which is pretty interesting. They've adjusted the Enderman Slayer 9's perk to work on all mythic sea creatures. The Wiki Tiki's laser totems can spawn every 12 seconds now, which is pretty interesting, and it can no longer be damaged unless no laser totems exist. They've reduced the HP of the Wiki Tiki's laser totems from 20 to 5, and they've increased the Rain Drake's rarity from legendary to mythic, which is pretty cool. They've also added a combat gemstone slot to the Soul Whip. They've added a double damage passive to Soul Whip as well. They've added 2 combat gemstone slots to the Flaming Flay, making it even better. I know a lot of people are very excited about that item. They've also made it deal triple damage to sea creatures as a passive, which is incredibly nice. Overall, my opinion on this is that many of the Day 3 changes are just good, solid changes that make the update even better in my view. I would be a little shocked if it released in this state, at least in terms of the drop chances. I feel like all of these drop chances are surprisingly reasonable, and that's not something I've come to expect from the Hypixel team. So hopefully this is just a change in direction and they're trying to make drops a little bit more reasonable to obtain. Many of these items you only need like 1 or 2 of, so it's kind of interesting to see them be 1 or 2.5% drops. That kind of goes into the mindset that I think they have now, which is they want to be able to release islands like the Backwater Bayou pretty frequently, at least in my opinion. So by doing this sort of one-off content where they have drops that are relatively easy to obtain, players don't feel as stressed out about grinding the content out because they don't need to as much. And I think that's a good thing fundamentally for the game. It needs to expand. It needs to have new things happening every once in a while. So moving from a model where players are grinding a lot and occasionally getting new content to a model where players are getting a lot of new content and they don't have to grind as much, I think will do a lot of good in the long term. And plus, Skyblock is a game where there's already a lot of grind. I don't think it needs to be further extended in any reasonable way. Players who are maxing out the game have thousands of hours on it, so this does make sense. I know that was kind of a tangent, but I hope you understand what I'm getting at. Overall, I would love to hear your thoughts about this update in the comments down below. I know this video was a little bit sparse, but once again, I'm not currently in the state, can't really easily do gameplay footage right now. I'll have a video out on Tuesday for the release of the update, but beyond that, we'll have to see what I'm able to do. At the end of the day, though, my name's Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.